Hey everyone, Alex or the Arbitrary Voice here, and this is going to be a deck tech on my current Temur Dredge build. I first quickly want to apologise to people for the last video. My mic sound was really low. I don't know why that was. Hopefully it will be fixed this time. And that's basically why I'm going over this again. For those who haven't seen my other videos, I'm playing a lot of Dredge on MtG right now. This is my current build. What I'm trying to do is basically use Bridge from Below because I actually really like this card. Um, I don't play Legacy, but I know that it's very powerful in Legacy, and I think it's potentially good enough to be played in Modern. Although it's definitely better than I originally thought it was when I started playing Dredge. Um, but I think at some points I still might have overrated it a little bit. So yeah, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get essentially free creatures into our graveyard and Bridge from Low into our graveyard, and then generate value from them. We can sort of sacrifice them. Original builds of this did have sacrifice outlets. Instead, here we're playing Flame Jab, which does kill all our Bloodghast and Narcomoebas, and Conflagrate, which can kill Bloodghast and Narcomoebas quite easily. Um, to get them in our graveyard in the first place, we have 4 Golgari Grave-Troll and 4 Life from the Loam, 4 Hedron Crab, 4 Faithless Looting, 4 Lightning Axe, and 3 Conflagrate. So we have a lot of ways to discard cards. We have a lot of ways to start dredging. We also have this one-off Skaab Ruinator, which is quite nice when we have too many, like a bunch of Golgari Grave-Trolls in graveyard, a bunch of Hedron Crabs or Narcomoebas that are useless now in our graveyard. We can exile them, play Skaab Ruinator. It just kind of brick walls some decks. They can't attack through it. Most decks will have like a way of killing it, but then we can bring it back. The decks with Path in are a little harder to deal with, but Skaab Ruinator is still very good. Um, this build, as I said, is playing Flame Jab and Conflagrate to kill our creatures. To go with those, we have the Life from Loam that I spoke about earlier. Life from the Loam can basically put cards in our hand for Conflagrate. It means we can Conflagrate, flashback it for quite high values of X. The highest value I've got is 12. Um, but that was quite a good game, quite a long game. Flame Jab similarly works well with Life from the Loam because it has retrace. This is the first build that I'm trying Dryad Arbor out in. I've not played with it in the deck before. I feel like it could be good because I'm playing 1 Gnaw to the Bone main, so it's an additional creature. It's also a creature that I can get back with Life from the Loam and generate more zombies from Bridge from Below, um, which I think could be useful. Yeah, so our sideboard, sorry, our lands, I'll just go through them quickly. We have 2 Fire-Lit Thickets. I should have Cascade Bluffs probably, but I haven't got around to buying them yet. These basically help me filter my mana into red. I have 2 Ghost Quarters because I can Life from Loam, and a Tech Edge because I can Life from Loam a bit. These are very good against Control decks and Tron. Something I'm considering playing is a one-of Urborg and Raven's Crime for Control decks in my sideboard, but I'm not sure about that. The sideboard currently is basically I have these 4 cards for Twin, 2 Rending Volley, 2 Rending Volleys, 2 Rays of Revelation. I have another Tech Edge for the matchups when it's better than Ghost Quarter, which is basically like Control. I have a Memory's Journey because I don't know. I feel like this could be useful against Jund because they tend to have like 4 Scavenging Oozes in their deck in the 75 somewhere, at least in my experience. Because I don't know, they just hate me. I've got these 4 Vengeful Pharaohs because there's some decks where we need more ways to kill things, and Vengeful Pharaoh does that quite effectively. This basically gets brought in when I have to interact, when Bridge from Below is quite bad. When I have to interact regularly, so against like Delver, Affinity, those kind of decks. Speaking of affinity, we've got 2 Ancient Grudge. Ancient Grudge is also good against Lantern Control. It's not incredible because of Grafdigger's Cage, but it's still very useful. It also kills some other relevant artifacts like Amulet of Vigor. We have a second Gnaw to the Bone because aggro is quite bad for the deck, and because of cards like Atarka's Command, Skullcrack, and Remand, Gnaw to the Bone is sometimes quite bad against aggressive decks. So we have these Golgari Brownscales which can incrementally gain us life instead of just one huge burst, which can just be like remanded or countered or prevent gaining life spell id. So yeah, I feel like the deck can still be improved. I feel like the sideboard probably does need some work, but that is the current configuration that I'm playing with. I'm going to play some modern league games. I know that in my previous video I said that I was going to play a bunch of games with all the different versions of Dredge that I had, but basically what happened was the modern leagues came out and I decided to sell some cards so I could get ticks to enter them. I'm doing well so far. This deck has currently 7 wins and 3 losses in the modern leagues, which I'm very happy with, and hopefully we'll be able to get a similarly good record today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the games. I'll get on and do them.